Hello again, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm gonna show you what music I really enjoy the most. Oh, that was Lack of Compromise by Death. Probably the number greatest, considered to be the greatest death metal band of all time. The father of the founding pioneers of death. With other bands such as Obituary and Cannibal Corpse leading the way, and with popular death metal bands nowadays. I'm pretty sure, like Dying Fetus, Suffocation, The Side, and I'll probably especially Dying Fetus leading the way, I'm pretty sure. Now let's play that song again. You shall see for yourself. Seems sort of dark, a little dark and very melodic at first. But wait for it. You are truly missed, Chuck. You are truly missed. Now that was some heavy stuff there. But wait till you listen to Cannibal Corpses, one of my favorite songs by them. And I have their second and final album with Chris Bart on vocals, Tomb of the Mutilated, but I'll play that later. It's called Sins to Burn from 1998's Gallery of Suicide. Where would we even begin with the band's cup album art? Yeah. But when this album came out, their vocalist, of course, was George Fisher. Like, who go? Uh, surely that's surely really could have been with that fat, stubby-looking neck of his. And who knows? Like, when will we ever be able to learn what he's saying? And and oh, by the way, here's another popular death metal band, even though they're probably a little more on the deathcore side. Cattle Decapitation. Now that was some even heavier stuff there. And here's their most well-known song, which I have from the album I told you about. Tomb of the Mutilated, their most well-known classic Hammer Smash Space, which was featured in, of course, 1994's Ace Ventura's Pet Detective, 2 years after it was officially released. Like, look at this. So bright. Oh well. Go look it up yourself. Probably a good reason why. Here. Maybe it would have been better if I showed you to it this way. Man. Oh, well. So anyway. And my favorite song of all, though much slower and softer than what I usually listen to, though. Come As You Are by, of course, Nirvana. And we all heard the song Smells Like Teen Spirit and Bloom. Like, man, do people always get pronounce the band name wrong. First of all, it's neither Nirvana or Nirvana. Like, if you pronounce it like Nirvana, then you're even wronger than everyone else already is. It's just Nirvana. And oh, by the way, if you never heard of such bands like Guns N' Roses, well, at one point back in 1992, when Kurt Cobain, the frontman, of course, for Nirvana, was walking outside when man, when you ever leave me alone? phone. Sorry. And then all of a sudden he punched him in the face. And of course, after his suicide resulted in Chris Novoselic being a Washington state politician and Dave Grohl fronting the Foo and forming the Foo Fighters. Yeah. So as I was saying, if you don't know who such bands like Guns N' Roses or AC/DC or even who Metallica is, if you don't even know who either one of those bands are, then you must know absolutely nothing about heavy music. Now that was some pretty awesome music there. But nothing compared to Smells Like Teen Spirit. And because of it, Michael Jackson ended up being kicked off of the top of the Billboard charts. Because of it, grunge like these guys, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, of course, being my favorite of the bunch, all four bands from Grunge's Big Four, which I refer to as the other Big Four. That's what I call grunge. The other big grunge. The other Big Four. And the original Big Four being the more popular one, being thrash metal, of course, with bands, of course, being Anthrax, Slayer, and Metallica and Megadeth joining in. And on my iPod, I have music by Megadeth, Slayer, and Metallica, whose music I have the most of. But I'm still missing Anthrax, who helped pave the way for nu metal. And because of it, so as I was saying, because of this, back in 1991, the September of that year, soon grunge was in, hair bands and hair metal and dance pop were out. It was bye-bye to bands like Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, Poison, Cinderella, Quiet Riot, Warrant, you know the rest, hopefully. And also Europe being kicking the butt, I guess. Oh, let's get a close look at that other one. Alice in Chains, here's their most well-known song, Wood, from 1992's third, and also, which was featured in the movie Singles, which also featured grunge icons including these guys and Chris Cornell from Soundgarden. And very melodic. It's supposed to be dedicated to their good friend of theirs, Mother Love Bone frontman Andy Wood, who died of a heroin overdose back in 1990, same year they released Facelift, and Megadeth released Rust in Peace, and also Pantera, an unknown metal act at the time, released Cowboys from Hell, and also Judas Priest, being one of the leaders of the new wave of British heavy metal, releasing Painkiller. And probably their most popular song, of course, Man in the Box. Mostly, definitely some obvious heavy metal elements as well. And here's Hell Awaits from, of course, Hell Awaits by Slayer. Wait for it, wait for it. And of course, their most famous song being Rain Blood, which was introduced to me by my best friend and a very good friend of mine, Sean, back in 5th grade, whose favorite band was Metallica, while mine at the time was Journey. And I knew I've heard that song before I even knew who its creator was or what heavy metal was to begin with. Yeah. Probably a little too well known among metalheads everywhere. And I guess metalheads everywhere, even myself, would be like, what's so metal about this? Only a few seconds in the song. And of course, with and of course, James and Lars, of course, from Metallica, when forming and when they released their first album, 1983's Kill 'Em All, of course, they would often have, of course, they were start off as these two guys with radically different backgrounds, but nevertheless shared a love for hardcore heavy metal and punk rock and a hatred for the glam metal scene in LA at the time. And people, when buying their album and when buying Slayer's music and Megadeth's music, would be like, whoa, these are some of the ugliest guys I've seen. And others would be like, I have to buy this. Wow, this is so not a glam metal band. And mainly because metal was never supposed to be beautiful. Ever. Screw you, glam metal bands. Even though they never mentioned Outsell, they certainly did get way more credibility. Metallica being the best heavy metal band of the 80s. Suck it, Bon Jovi. Europe, Motley Crue, Def Leppard. Reprisal. Oh. Yeah. Now that's some heavy stuff there. And there were also other thrash metal bands like These guys, Overkill from New Jersey, the same exact state as Bon Jovi, formed back in 1980. Basically, the original artists of Kissing Me Never Say Never. This is their song Horoscope from 1991's Horoscope. Same year. Of course, same year that Metallica's Black Album came out. And end up earning their reputation as rock icons. And also Elimination from 1989's The Years of Decay. And look, another lesser known one, Annihilator, their most well known song, Allison Hep, from Allison Hep, which was from the same year. And another thrash metal album that came out that year would be Testament's Practice What You Preach. And before that, the previous year, they just released The New Order, and after that, they released Souls of Black, and 2 years later, Electric Crown, and back in 1987, 4 years after they were officially formed, they released The Legacy, which title song appeared in Souls of Black. Some with very scary nightmares. Creator. Nah, Germany certainly is no stranger to metal, alright. Well, first Scorpions, then these guys, and then Rammstein. Oh look! Death Angel! Metal Church! Well, listen to my favorite modern power metal band. Course, Dragon Force. Maya. Sorry. And here's my favorite song by them. Their greatest masterpiece of all, of course, Through the Fire and Flames. Like, try playing that song with your own guitar. Even better than that, those guys did. And there are also others, of course, like Sonic Arctica, Sabaton, and Blind Guardian being the most popular today. Which first originated in Scandinavia and Germany, with, of course, Halloween, and even in England as well, with bands like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, which inspired to create a genre we know today as power metal. And my favorite new wave of British heavy metal band, of course, would be Iron Maiden. Their most well-known masterpiece, L.O.B. Dying. Now, if you're into their, well, more famous songs, that means You clearly must be none than a pop star, a sellout, and mainstream. And if people can read it, that means you're even a bigger sellout. Well, I guess that's all I have for today. As usual, if you like this video, please subscribe. And want to see me be a true metal ad, see some real moshing, check my first video out. I'll be back sometime later with another video. But from now on, bye. Thanks for watching, as usual.